Alright guys, today you're getting the grungy me. I've just decided that if I'm gonna only record videos when I have makeup on and look decent, I'm never gonna have enough content to actually have a sustainable channel. So here I am in the grunge. So I wanted to try something today, see what you guys think. One of my subscribers suggested that a great thing for me to do in my videos would be to talk about kind of what's going on in the world. And I know a lot of us, well, okay, I can't speak for everybody. For me, I stay on Facebook because I feel like it's a great barometer for like what's happening in the world. That may not be true at all, but that's why I'm on there. I like log on to try to scroll through my newsfeed and see like what's happening and what people are posting. And then I find myself getting into fights with people because I hate everything and 2020 is the worst and I don't want to do that. So I thought maybe I'd see if I could start something where I kind of go through my newsfeed and just share it with you guys. Share like kind of the top posts and the top things that I'm seeing on my newsfeed. That way you guys don't have to. maybe you can watch this video and kind of get a feel for what's going on without having to see it all. So let's try that.
Newsfeed Roundup, the hottest tea from Facebook. Grab your teacup.
Right, first up on my newsfeed, let's check it out. So this first post, I've seen this cartoon going around a lot, and I really love it. Unfortunately, the audience that it's aimed at and is trying to impact isn't listening and will not pay attention to this and will not have their minds changed by this. The point of this cartoon is that all these people who are arguing against police being defunded, their argument is, well, who's gonna do the police's job? And this cartoon kind of shows like, okay, look, this is all the stuff that police are currently responsible for. And this guy's like, but wait, if we don't give him any money, how's he supposed to do all that? And the reality is that a lot of this stuff is not something that the police are best equipped to handle. So like down here, you see like, oh, okay, look, all of this stuff that the police were handling can be better handled by drug treatment programs, mental health services, decriminalizing pot and sex work, and all of this kind of stuff. And that we can leave the police to do their most important job, which is keeping the peace. So if we distribute the money to all these other resources, they can take a lot of this burden. And honestly, a lot of corruption in the police force is due to being overworked and having to do things that are completely outside of their scope. They get so many trainings on so many different areas, and they're just cursory trainings that are often done like once a year that are just not adequate to deal with the complexity of these problems. So let's do an ABA hot take real quick here. Here's the science. So the science of behavior says that all of our actions are governed by our environment and our learning history. Skinner kind of says that what action you take in that moment is the only action you could have taken based on the environment and on your learning history. So the point here is that the actions of individual police officers that constitute corruption and police brutality are a result of the environment that they are in, aka the institution of police that we as a society have created. And the way that it's been set up is we've given all of this money and all of these responsibilities to police departments, and they're not equipped to handle it. There's too much. They're overwhelmed. So when you're overworked, overtired, and underprepared, you engage in irresponsible and corrupt actions. So if we want to change the behavior and end police brutality, we need to change the environment, aka defund the police. All right, so let's keep scrolling here. Next up, oh, this is a really good one. I mean, we're all talking about COVID these days. So anyone who is shocked that restaurants are hiding COVID employees and ignoring public health guidelines has never worked at a restaurant. If you've dined out with any regularity in your life, you've 100% been waited on by a feverish server who has been throwing up in the back because they would be fired and starve if they stayed home because no one wanted their shift. I have personally experienced this. I have been fired for staying home when I was not capable of working. Now, granted, that was my mental health and not my physical health, but that's just as important. That's, a whole separate topic. This kind of post has been going around a lot lately. So let's talk about the conditions that have led to this kind of thing happening in our country. So that brings me to this other post that I saw earlier on my newsfeed, and I pulled out to show you guys. It has been shared 11,000 times. Okay, so this is a big deal, y'all. This shows a Burger King worker in Denmark, and it tells what he gets. Okay, so he gets $20 an hour, 5 weeks paid vacation, a pension plan, and he doesn't have to struggle to get by. All right, so let's look. Same company, same corporation. Okay, Burger King in the United States. This employee gets $9 an hour. That's less than half of what the person in Denmark gets. No paid vacation whatsoever, no pension plan, and has to choose between buying food or buying clothes. This man literally cannot afford to stay home because he is sick. You are asking people to stay home for the greater good, but in order to do so, they have to sacrifice their personal well-being. And I'm not even going to go into behavior science with you because that's just obvious. You just can't do that. Literally, we're just talking about surviving here. This guy is not trying to buy 12 iPhones. This guy just wants to eat. And you're telling him, sorry, you can't eat. You have to stay home because you're sick. He's not going to do that. I mean, I'm telling you this, but if you're watching this video, you probably already know this. The problem is, how do we explain this to the people that aren't on board with this? Because those are the people that we have to get on board so that we can change this kind of thing. Okay, so let's zoom in. I love when you see just the thumbnail of the picture, and then you click and you're like, oh, there more. Yeah, let's look at that. All right, so it says, this isn't because Burger King is nicer in Denmark, it's the law. And the US is actually the only so-called developed country that doesn't mandate jobs provide minimum amount of paid vacation, sick leave, or both. Isn't that so cool? We're the greatest country in the world. So, okay, and then, yeah, kind of debunks the claim that they can't afford to pay their workers those sort of wages and still make a profit. Y'all, I hope it gets into this down here in the comments later, but can we, what do you think that the CEO of Burger King makes? I'm pretty sure that he could chop a little bit off of what he makes and not feel it at all and be able to pay his workers so they can stay home when they have coronavirus so that we can end this global freaking pandemic and stop killing people. So another thing that has been number one on my newsfeed is our dear friend Brianna. Y'all, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why haven't you shoot someone in their bed, you go to jail. It doesn't matter who you are. You did a bad thing and you need to go to jail. I don't think that's complicated at all. I don't care if you are a private citizen. I don't care if you are a military officer in Iraq. They didn't even kill Osama bin Laden sleeping in his bed. Come on, people. So this post that popped up is fascinating to me because, so let's read it. It says, instead of saying arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, can we say arrest Jonathan Mattingly, Brett Hankinson, and Miles Cosgrove? They live too comfortably in anonymity for me. So this is a really interesting one to me, because the whole say her name movement is so important because the victims are the ones that are anonymous. And so it's important to say the names of the victims. But so often the perpetrators of these terrible crimes, their names are the ones that get plastered all over the news, right? Think, Jeffrey Dahmer, like he's super famous, and like all of these like terrible murderous criminals, their names are super big when it should be the names of the victims that are remembered, not the names of the terrible people that did these things. So like I hear this post and I feel this like, no, they should not live in anonymity, because I feel like there are probably people in their town that have no idea who they are. They're probably also sharing on their Facebook, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. But then they like serve that cop their Starbucks that day and don't know. And that's terrible. Maybe they don't deserve to be harassed regularly. They just deserve to be arrested, because that's justice. And I don't know that obliterating their anonymity helps further that agenda. Please feel free to disagree with me. This should be a discussion. This is what we should be talking about as Americans right now, is how we as a society handle this kind of thing and how we prevent it. Now, as far as I know, the best way to take action on this kind of thing and help further the agenda of arresting the cops that killed Breonna Taylor is to address directly the people that can make that happen, the change makers that are responsible for those arrests. And if you're interested in contacting those people, let me show you how. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to search for change.org Breonna. Here's the petition. Most of you have probably seen it. Most of you have probably signed it, because it's been going around Facebook quite a lot. Even if you've already signed this, scroll down here and it'll give you a button that says, yes, I'll call lawmakers now. So you click that and you put in your phone number and your email address here. All right, and then you click start your call. Okay, so it says, you're going to get a call and they'll give you some talking points, and then you will be connected to the official. So like you finish leaving your message for Rand Paul, and then you press star and they will connect you to Mitch McConnell, and then you press star and then you can leave your message for Andy Bashar and Daniel Cameron and let them know that the cops that killed Breonna Taylor need to be arrested. Honestly, it would probably take you 5 minutes, and it's like the simplest thing, other than just signing this petition, that you can do towards making sure that justice is served. So that's it for today. That's all we have time for. Hopefully, if you guys like this, I'll do some more of these newsfeed summary type videos. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this. I kind of went a little deeper in depth on fewer posts. If you like that, let me know in the comments. If you prefer that I just kind of like cursorily went over more posts, let me know. I'll do that too. If you think I look like a hot mess, then yeah, don't say anything, because I already know it's fine. We're just going for it. Come back, subscribe. I think it's gonna be here. Yeah, we'll put her here. Subscribe and click over here to check out one of my other videos, and click here to check out my super incredible brother-in-law. He's been posting drawing tutorials. He's an incredible artist, so check him out.